you're doing this uh, whole revision of the education system. How important po itong partnership?
It's very important because President Marcos's instructions were to help our teachers, and um, we want them to teach and improve the quality of our education. So we have to unburden them also. So, and tech is the ultimate tool for unburdening our teachers of non-teaching tasks. So makes them more efficient, and at the same time, it helps DepEd by becoming more collaborative. Lahat nung dati kasi, dekahon kami, di ba? Hindi nag-uusap yung curriculum sa ICT. Hindi nag-uusap dun sa infrastructure. So, ngayon, dahil may sistema kami, mag-uusap lahat at lahat ng datos, we can share it. It's interoperable yung data namin. Tapos, third is, of course, for the students, the benefit for our students. Of course, malayo pa tayo sa araw na tulad ng ibang bansa, kada estudyante may isang computer, malayo pa tayo doon. But at least, we can teach the tools. Di ba? Hindi maiiwan yung mga bata kahit saan siya manggaling. Oh.
This 1 million Google Workspace one accounts for all DepEd personnel, including license, including for teachers and non-teaching personnel. Is this ano po ba? Is this a parang partnership from Google that was explored early on before, after you sat down as DepEd?
Yes, yes, definitely. It's we met, we sat down, we even met in Singapore. They showed us their offices and they told us the potentials, just as you can see here, no? Daming pwede. So
Mm-mm.
I think it's a very good value deal for DepEd.
Tutuloy pa rin po ba natin yung yung parang paggamit ng Google for not just on for teachers but also for students as well, kasi we heard nga, we saw nga the presentation of that there are 18 million
Yeah, their student accounts,
of
those already
Google.
exist. I don't think a lot of people know that.
Mm-mm.
So I think it's something
May
that
continuous
can
pa rin
be
po ba siya?
maximized. Yeah, I think people should realize the benefits of being to having those accounts and utilizing the technology. It's an opportunity.
Sir, clarification on the rollout of the 1 million licenses. Are
Mhm.
we dropping them one time big time now, or are we
Or next
rolling
school
them
year
out
pa po ba?
slowly over the next few months?
My impression
Which
is that
schools
we
will
paid
be
for them
receiving
already,
them?
so I think we can roll them out to however we want. Yeah.
Alright.
Sir, how will we maximize this technology now that we have changes po no dahil sa climate change? Medyo naayos po natin yung school schedule ng mga bata. How are we maximizing this technology for that purpose?
Well, the technology still depends on connectivity. So it still depends on connectivity, and we're trying to work on the connectivity. Maraming schools na hindi pa rin connected, at of course, other schools, it's the parents who pay for the connectivity. Others expect DepEd to pay for that connectivity. So the connectivity will vary going forward, but the faster we can get there, the better.
Speaking of connectivity, yung mga schools po ba natin, ano kung saan po yung rollout ng connectivity sa mga schools, especially in the last mile schools po natin?
Yes, yes, we're really. It's the good thing about technology. It's really very advanced. You don't have to wait for the telcos to get there. Meron tayong Starlink, di ba? Meron tayong other technologies that can hit what they call the last mile schools, yung malalayo talaga.
Well, and the Department of Education. I know you said that you've been here to the Philippines so many times already, and of course, you've been partnering with the DepEd already. How important is this rekindling of partnership between Google and the DepEd?
I think this is a real step up in terms of the level of partnership between Google and the Department of Education compared to sort of historically. And for us, it's critical. I mean, I think there's a huge amount of potential for digital transformation that we can do collaboratively, right? It's not one partner, one person or the other. It's together what we can do and what we can do to really, as the Secretary mentioned, support the teachers. It's a very difficult, challenging job that they do. They work very hard. And so what we can do to really support the teachers and then also support the students with personalized learning. So I think there's a huge amount of potential. And, I think we have a strong relationship and we're going to work through that together, and we're going to test and we're going to learn and we're going to scale some of these things.
You mentioned that there will be many challenges in the Philippines, especially with the terrain and the internet connectivity. Is Google prepared for such challenges, as mentioned by the Secretary?
Yeah, I think that we've got definitely experience here in the Philippines, but also experience elsewhere in the region and also experience globally. And internet connectivity is a big challenge. And as the Secretary mentioned, there's alternatives like Starlink and things like that, where we've done collaboration elsewhere to bring connectivity and bring the tools to these schools. And from a personal level, when I go to these schools and you see these schools that maybe you have to drive and maybe sometimes hike to these schools, and you see what happens when you bring connectivity and you bring device, you bring Chromebooks, and you equip the teachers and equip the students with access to the world. It's incredibly powerful. So, is it hard? Yes. Is it worth it? Definitely.